Wow. I leave for 3 hours. That's it, 3 hours. I left for 3 days. And look what's happened in the world of sports. What a day to come back. What a time to come back. Afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. Across the United States, it's 10 o'clock in the morning in Honolulu, 11 o'clock in the morning in um in Nome, Alaska. So let's get this shit started. I will begin with Juan Soto in a blockbuster trade. I said last week when Soto was going to get traded, I said that the Padres would be the team he would go to. I'm going to tell you the reason why. Number one, and they're doing a Juan Soto commercial for Wells Fargo credit card on the Bleacher Report as I'm looking. Juan Soto, let's see. Let's check it out, shall we? 23 years old, already has a ring. I will predict he will get another one in his 2.5 years left in San Diego. Padres have unlimited funds. You know, people like to talk about the Mets. And it's mighty funny how when the Mets wanted somebody this offseason, the Yankees got them over them, except for Max Scherzer. And the Mets can celebrate today, but Jacob deGrom is starting tonight for the first time this year. This is why I say to you, Met fans, no one gives an F. Okay? Now go over there, try to stave off the Braves. You're lucky that there's 7 playoff spots in baseball now. Okay? Go over there. This is the Padres' day. I think the Angels dropped the ball with Ohtani. And I'll get to that after I finish talking about Juan Soto. Soto is a megastar. And I'm telling you right now, him and Manny Machado can win the World Series right now for San Diego. Because Tatis, you don't know, he's always hurt. Okay? I'll tell you something right now. The Padres are now a juggernaut. Okay? They're a juggernaut now. That 2, 3, and 4 in the lineup is lethal. Absolutely lethal. You don't get a 2, 3, 4 better in the sport. Okay? This lineup is sick. Now, what's up, Aries? Is sick. Okay, good. Aries just reported that Brian Flores got vindicated and that they're in the negotiation table to take that not to trial. I'll get to that after I get to this. Okay? That 2, 3, and 4 that the Padres have now, like I said, is as good as any in the history of the sport. Okay? They have pitching. Now they have power and contact and defense over the sport, over the field for them. And right now, you have to make the Padres the favorite in the National League. Prohibitive favorite. Prohibitive favorite to get out of the National League. Because they have it all now. They have pitching, they got defense, they got timely hitting, and they got power. Legitimate power. And they look good. I tell you, Padres. All right, the Yankees and the Dodgers pulled off that trade. Clayton Beeter, right-handed power pitcher, goes to the Yankees for Joey Gallo. Why do the Dodgers when Gallo is behind me? Eric Hosmer goes to the Red Sox. That's a perfect fit. That's a perfect fit for the Red Sox. Now they have a legit Gold Glove first baseman. Back to the American League goes Haas. And that's a good move for them. David Robinson. And Brandon Marsh. So that was a hell of a deal for the Padres. And they got Josh Bell, so that makes the lineup even more lethal. Makes that lineup more lethal. Let me see what the Mets got. They say they traded 4 prospects. Juan Soto is everywhere. Well, I tell you, he got endorsements galore. Very likable young man too. All right, Luke Vogt goes to the Nationals. Hosmer goes to the Red Sox. David Robinson goes back to the Phillies. Let me go to the Mets page, see what they did. Whoever this came in, thank you for coming. I'll give you a shout out in a second. All right. Here we go. All right, Darren Ruff goes from San Francisco to the Mets for J.D. Davis and a couple of prospects. All right. Mets make their move. I'll say it again. The Angels should have traded Otani. All right, the Angels gave up on Brandon Marsh. Gave him to the Phillies for catcher Logan O'Hop. And boy, did the Angels get rid of him so quickly. Guess with some of that attitude he had towards Mike Trout. And the Phillies got a good defense in the outfield. They it's a shame that Brandon Marsh and Joe Adele, 2 of their best prospects, looks like it's not working out. A lot of teams in on Noah Syndergaard. So that's some of the moves that happening. Let me see who's in the chat room. Kills is in there. Cap for life. Cap, you might as well come up. Cause I'm gonna do Stephen Ross in a second. So here you go, Cap. Get up here. James Kills in the building. Good to see my partner in crime. Stephen Ross today was caught. Was not vindicated. He was found, and hopefully Cap for life will be up here in a minute. Hope he didn't leave. Let me finish reading this stuff. Then I'll get to Stephen Ross. So. Why did the Angels give up on Brandon Marsh so quick? That's what I want to know. Why did they give up on Brandon Marsh? That's something I'm going to find out in the next couple of days. Angel fans not happy about this. Kid, what? Yeah, a year up in the majors. I had no problems with Brandon Marsh. But they gave up on him so quickly. Interesting. Let's see who's here. Cap for Life is here. Manzano's here. Let's get this shit started. And that's the baseball news up to date. I'll do Bill Russell later on. I was off the air. Cap for Life is here. I will begin. Say what again, Manzano?
That's some sad news with Bill Russell. I understand he's 85, but still, like, he was one of the greatest basketball players of all time. In my honest, he's right below Kareem as the best center of all time.
I give it to him because he has the 11 rings. So, I mean, and what I'm gonna have next weekend, by the way, I will finally do that. Who's the greatest? Who's the true GOAT of all time? To me, he represents the NBA. All right, let's get this shit started. Stephen Ross, which I did predict when all this came out, what Brian Flores did to him, and like Cap said in the chat room, this shit ain't over yet. With Brian Flores, Educated Aries, good for him. This is not over yet. See, the NFL is trying to tell Flores and his representatives, but they don't want to go to court on Ross because they feel they found more. And like my man from the NFL Network said a couple hours ago, somebody in the organization, a couple of people validated what Flores was saying. What hurts Miami in all this is something that is realistic. And I said this before. Dolphin fans go, "Oh, you're exaggerating." They lose a draft. They lose the number 1 draft pick next year. So what did I tell you? Something that I predicted they was going to do anyway. Unless they go 3-14, folks, and I don't see the Dolphins doing that. They're gonna have to.
They lost their draft pick, Mish. They lost their draft pick.
They're gonna have to trade They're gonna have to trade a draft pick to get a young quarterback from somebody's team. If Tua doesn't work out.
Well, I mean, they got both of their second rounders. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you crystal clear. Welcome to the platform, Cap. This is right up your alley, so you speak your mind. Go ahead.
Hey, yeah, thanks, Mace, man. Hey, Anthony, what's going on, bud?
Yo,
as far as as far as like the situation at hand, I mean, man, like yeah, I mean, I lost my train of thought. What were we saying?
About Ross doing stupidity again, and it cost the Dolphins a draft pick.
Oh
And
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, go ahead.
When
You can
at the
go
end
from
of the
there.
day,
Go ahead.
yeah. It's Anthony. What we got 2 firsts and 2 seconds, and maybe 2/3 if the Devontae Parker trade works out.
Yeah.
So I mean, they can try to package their 2 seconds to get back in the first if worst case scenario does happen. But at the end of the day, man, it's like, why do we need to rely on that capital knowing what's going on? Like,
It's
you know,
crazy.
we're lucky we just got slapped in the wrist with that. They could have taken everything, to be honest with you.
I was gonna say that the Dolphin fan, if you're a Dolphin fan, you got out of this like Cap just said with a slap on the wrist.
I think
But what-
honestly, I think Stephen Ross for me, I'm fine with losing.
What's up, Iman?
I'm fine with losing 2 draft picks, but I think Stephen Ross is going to be banned from the NFL, and like for this tampering situation.
Okay.
No, yeah, rightfully so, man. Like, look, at the end of the day, I'm a Dolphin fan. You guys are Dolphin fans. We bleed the colors, man. But what right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And when you try to tarnish somebody's name, regardless of what team you're on, that's why I don't like in today's age, man. Like, everybody's quick to label somebody without having the facts. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, look at the track record to Stephen Ross and look at the track record to Flores. Like, let's not be naive here, man. Like, yeah, the guy did what he can to win for us, but I don't want to win like that, man.
Hey, Cap, don't forget they find his second in command as well.
Yeah, because he knows he's going to try to sell the team to him, and I'm glad the NFL did that because they know something's up.
I tried warning Tony that was gonna happen.
No, Mace, I was with you. I don't think Beal's going to become the owner. In my honest opinion, I said it on other platforms, and Cap was there, and people thought I was crazy. I said this. There is no way in hell the owners are going to even vote for this guy Beal to be the owner. If what is it called? If Goodell allows him to be the owner, it's because he fears a lawsuit of what's a lawsuit? You can sue someone for voiding a contract, a promise. He was promised a team when Ross retires. The NFL can't back out of that without being sued and stuff like that. So the NFL would have gotten sued. That's what scares me. If they give Beal the team because allow Beal to get the team cap because they're Goodell's scared that he might get sued for voiding that agreement and stuff like that.
Tony, you better wish for all you Dolphin fans what Tony just said. You better hope that Roger Goodell fumbles this Deshaun Watson verdict, because if he comes out strong and gives him a year, which he can do, and I think he'll give him a year. I do.
Nah, I don't think this. Look, the appeal process for me right now, with all these owners being in a whole bunch of scandal, and then for our team to be in scandal, I think the NFL has bigger fish to fry than to deal with Watson. And Watson did say, if you guys try to like suspend me for the year, I will sue you. So that means they know something about Ellerby and the Texans that they don't want to reveal. And I think the NFL will leave Watson alone, because at the end of the day, guys, whether you like it or not, Stephen Ross, I think, is serving a longer suspension than Watson. And what does that tell you?
I'm going to say this right now. If the NFL, either way, either that what Cap just said, or they'll throw the hammer on Watson, I feel sorry for Stephen Ross, especially if he couldn't do it, because Stephen Ross has a lot of enemies among owners, especially Art Rooney.
Oh, yeah.
That's why
Jerry Jones hates him. I think Jerry hates him.
That's why Brian Flores is with the Steelers. And what a game, what a weekend that's going to be on Sunday Night Football, October 23rd. Miami will be a circus with Brian Flores coming back to town to put a hurting on Tua Tagovailoa over.
Hey, and Stephen Ross gets suspended until October 17th, and he'll be back for that game.
Interesting, isn't it? He'll be back the Monday of that game coming up. That's a good one, Cap. Let me say this also, 'cause I've been off for a couple of days. Let me say this also, sticking with the Dolphins. If this quarterback doesn't pan out, I'm telling you right now, I do not see Chris Greer trading those other picks to get a quarterback. He'll trade to get a young quarterback in the league right now.
So you think he might trade for a Jordan Love or something like that?
Yeah, something like that, yeah. Or if this guy doesn't work out in Philadelphia, a Jalen Hurts, something like that. Because one thing about the Dolphins, and I keep saying this, when quarterback doesn't work out, they look bad, and this is going to be 2 quarterbacks in a row now.
You know what I can see happening, Mace? What I can see happening, because apparently, like, I know it's too early for this, but apparently these draft analysts who do mock drafts right now are saying that the Houston Texans are going to draft Bryce Young at number 1. So that means they gave up already on Davis Mills. Would you trade for Davis Mills?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That kid I like. Matter of fact, I did.
Hey, what was Pete saying? Pete was saying that his numbers are similar to Tua's.
Oh, David
Mills.
Yeah, but remember, Davis Mills didn't play till like week 10.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. No, and for me, like this is what pisses me off. The Dolphins have had scandals ever since Stephen Ross has become the owner. The Dolphins have had multiple scandals, which is embarrassing. They had the Bullygate scandal. They had that.
Yes.
They had that cocaine scandal with the coach.
5 years ago. Yep.
They had I forgot what my God, there was another
corruption capital, baby. It's the corruption capital.
This is what happens when your owner is 1,700 miles away, and his fancy office building on 57th and Broadway instead of being in South Florida with his team.
And Cap, I've said this multiple times. The 2 guys I can see partnering up to buy the Dolphins are Jorge Mas and John Ruiz and stuff like that. Those 2 guys I can see buying the Dolphins. Can they actually take the team away from Ross?
Yeah, they take it away from him, yeah.
I don't know, man. Let me tell you something. I'm going to throw a monkey wrench in this because I've got a gut feeling. And I hope I'm wrong, but at the end of the day, it is what it is at this point. Whoever buys the team buys the team. But for them not to even look at Tom Brady and even like give him some type of punishment, I got a feeling Tom Brady is going to be involved with the ownership that's going to buy this team next.
I can see that.
No. The reason why they didn't it's not Tom Brady's fault that you can't blame the player, Cap, for the owner tampering. It's not his. You can't really say it's Brady's fault. So I understand why he didn't get fined or suspended or anything like that, because it's not really a player's fault that the owner is tampering, right, Mace?
What do you mean?
No, Cap says he's surprised that Brady did get a slap, like a fine or being suspended as well for this tampering thing. But
remember one thing, and this is why he didn't, Cap. He was retired back then, and Sean Payton left the Saints.
No, Payton was still under contract with the Saints.
Okay, I think the problem is with all this, with that situation is, they're probably setting Ross up for the kill.
So you think all the owners? I know Art Rooney would vote Do you think the Maras and the Rooneys are going to vote to take the team away from Ross? I know Jerry would actually vote to keep Ross, in my honest opinion.
Ross is an embarrassment. The organization is an embarrassment. And I'm going to say it again, why? How the hell do you let Bill Belichick get more Super Bowl trophies than you? How come you're not with Dallas and Pittsburgh and San Francisco and New England with Super Bowl trophies?
Like, very inconsistent ownership. Huizinga was very, very. That's what the issue is, Mace. Our ownership has been very.
They cater to the country club white folks down there. I know.
Yeah, instead of catering to fans like the layman's fans, like not these rich people. They should be catering to the fans on the street and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I think in general, sports. Yeah,
Ross did. He got you. He got you too.
Yeah, and in general, I think sports in general has become corporate. That's why
it's been like that, Tony.
Basketball.
There's very few mom and pop organizations left. You in basketball, you got the Lakers. In football, you got the Giants and the Steelers.
Jimmy Dolan with the Knicks.
No, that's not mom and pop. He's corporate.
The Steelers, the Steelers and the Giants.
Yes, that's two of them. Yeah, the Packers.
The Packers.
Thank you, Tak. I appreciate that, my brother. Thank you. Appreciate that, man.
I think the only family-owned organization in basketball, like you said, is the Lakers. I think the Celtics are run, aren't they?
No, the Celtics are corporate. They're not mom and pop.
Is there any family-run organizations in the MLB? Oh, the Yankees. The Steinbrenners.
No, they're gone, bro. It's only Hank left.
No, that's
not Hank Powell.
Still, what I'm saying, it's still a family-owned organization because Hank being there is what I'm saying. That's a family-run organization.
The Yankees are very corporate. That's why their tickets are so expensive.
Oh, God. I hope hockey doesn't become too corporate.
Thanks, Attack. You crazy, man. Hockey? Hockey is corporate.
They're not as bad. You can still get pretty good prices for hockey tickets and stuff like that.
Well, things are going to change after next year because Adidas is getting out their jerseys. That's a bad sign because Nike gets it. Hockey jerseys are going to be $500 in 2 years.
Oh, hey, Mace, did you see that apparently event, the Nike, the Adidas, is the NFL Nike or Adidas?
NFL is Nike. Hockey's Adidas.
Apparently, the contract with the NFL with Nike is running out soon, and they might switch over to Adidas.
That would be a coup for Adidas. You know what else is that's going to happen? They get it that jersey's going to be cheaper.
Why is it that Nike's so expensive?
Because they're Nike.
They're just paying for the name
instead
of the quality of the jersey?
Yes.
Do you feel Adidas jerseys are better quality in terms of the consistency of it not ripping,
I think Nike football. I don't know, but I know basketball. Nike's is their best one. I like Nike for basketball.
Wait, I have a question. Is Majestic Nike?
No.
Because I remember Majestic
unfortunately is out of the jersey business. Majestic was baseball.
No, that's what I'm saying. I thought Majestic. Yeah, no, that's what I'm wondering. I thought Majestic was under the Nike umbrella.
No. And that was a mistake by again our good friend Rob Manfred, who let Nike swoop and take the jerseys from the everyday person. I mean, you paying $500 for a baseball jersey. Give me a goddamn break.
No, and even no, $500 is being reasonable, Mace. That's for the regular, non-authentic on-field jerseys.
Authentic. Those are the authentic jerseys. So, how come baseball is more expensive than football, basketball, hockey?
Because they have I think the material is a little bit better in baseball. That's why.
I don't know about that. I think of all the sports, the best material is the hockey jerseys.
Remember when you used to do the old wool jerseys? Did you like those old wool baseball jerseys, Mace?
No.
So you liked, as a baseball fan, you liked when they started switching to the lighter materials and stuff like that?
Yeah. Well, most of my jerseys is the old materials. I like the old material better because it sounds
during
like
the
it
winter,
stands out.
You stay cool. Actually, a friend of mine he lives up in Michigan. He says he actually has a whole bunch of old wool baseball jerseys, and he actually says those are actually, you can actually wear those during the winter because the material is so thick and stuff like that. That wool material is very thick, and it keeps you warm. Is that true?
Yes. That used to make hockey jerseys special, but for some strange reason, Adidas made their jerseys mesh, and that didn't make sense.
Do you think hockey is ever going to go back to their original style with that wool? That
CCM? Yeah, that's what they're hoping for in Canada, that CCM comes back. But knowing Bettman, he's going to go with Nike.
Yeah, the money.
Yeah, Bettman probably go to Nike.
What was your opinion on CCM jerseys, Max?
Who?
CCM.
They were the best.
Out of all the jersey companies that made sports jerseys?
No, not all of them, but for hockey, they're the best.
Have you seen Under Armour's jerseys, Max?
Yeah. I mean, I never bought one, but I've seen them.
Do you like those, or do you think they're very
they're okay.
tight?
I wouldn't wear it, but it's okay.
Hey, Mace, you know what I can do? Did you see the return for that Padres trade?
Yeah, that's why I started the show off with the Padres trade. I like that trade for
Washington.
No, I love it for the Padres.
No, I think it's good for a rebuilding team, but honestly, they need pitching. They don't need any more. Their prospect pool for offense is fine. I don't know why they traded for a lot of offensive prospects. They should have asked them for a lot of pitching and stuff like that.
I think the reason why they do that because that's their image. People don't pay to see pitching. They pay to see home runs. It's the reason why it's a great trade.
So Mace, do you think there's ever going to be a time where it's going to reverse and, like, in terms of it being not purely defensive or offensive, but do you think it's ever going to return to where it's down the middle in baseball, where it's going to be a team is going to be good at both offense and defense, like offense and pitching and defense?
Yeah, the Cardinals got that right now. So does the Padres.
I don't think Pablo Lopez is going to get traded, Mace. Honestly.
Pablo Lopez? What kid is that?
The pitcher for the Marlins.
Oh, I don't know.
No, because did you see the returns these pitchers have gotten? Luis Castillo, Tyler Malley, and Frankie Montas.
Yeah.
I don't think teams want to pay that high price now. So I think that trade happens in the offseason. It seems like pitchers.
I think baseball. See, if you're gonna please your fan base, get rid of guys they don't know about.
No, our fan base knows who Pablo Lopez is because we developed the kid. It's weird. The fan base gets attached to a lot of pitchers. They don't get. Besides Stanton and Yelich, most of the guys we've gotten attached to have been pitchers. Josh Beckett, Jose Fernandez.
I'll tell you that merengue. I know Manny is gonna have that merengue blasted when Soto gets there. This is a great trade for the Padres. I don't care who they gave up, because they have a 3-year window to get a championship with those 3 big hitters. As Manzano leaves. Yeah, I love the trade for the Padres. I said he would go there. People thought I was nuts. I said he would not be traded to the Yankees or the Dodgers. They wasn't trading him to the Braves or the Mets because they're in the division. And I said the Padres make the most sense because they'll have a 3-year window now to win a chip or multiple chips. They are now, the San Diego Padres now is the best team in the sport. Bar none. Okay? Bar none. If I had to rank them, I'll say Padres 1, Dodgers 2, Houston 3, Yankees 4, Braves 5, Mets 6. Those are the top 6 teams in baseball. So, congratulations to the Padres, to their ownership group, who don't fear anything. They like to spend money. My man Tackman gets to see Juan Soto every night out there in San Diego. Money Sean is in the building. Tua got married 2 weeks ago. Who cares? This is what I think about Tua. Who cares? Sean wasn't here when I had Manzano and Cap for life up here. Let me rehash what I said. This trade really hurts Miami because if they want to trade for a quarterback, they can't do it now because they don't have the ammo. Like I said before, and it came out of Manzano's mouth, not my mouth. I see the Dolphins next spring if Tua doesn't work out. Remember, this is if Tua doesn't work out. I see them training for a kid like Davis Mills, somebody like Jordan Love, a young guy who they can take time to groom. It's a young football team, folks. My boy Dave Bowman in the building. What's up, Dave? My man living out in Moscow West, Brighton Beach. Oh man, Dave living out in Brighton Beach. All those Ruskies out there, Russian mob out there. I know he's loving it too. Boy, right here. Good to see you, Dave. Good to see you, family. Oh man, what a house cleaning Red Supreme is doing. I'll get into that later on. There used to be a panel of guys up on Red's platform. Matter of fact, Dave, come up for a minute. The link is right there. Come up for a minute. Let's talk about that. I got plenty of time. Dave, come up here. I want to talk about the guys who Red Supreme is house cleaning. Big Money Sean Pepper. I don't care if Tua Tagovailoa got married 2 weeks ago. Nobody cares because if it was so important, they would have broadcast it on ESPN or the Football Channel. No, wait. It's the old saying, who knew? Who cares? This throw for 37 touchdowns, bro, and 4,700 yards, and then we could talk about your wedding, and you're going to have some of those tour fools down in South Florida and Alabama saying them wedding gifts. Doesn't do that. I'm laughing at this. 7 months from now, we'll be getting ready to trade for a young quarterback down in South Florida. Shout out to Simone Love. I hope she's listening. I hope Simone remembers I do exist. All right, my boys up here, Dave Bowman, going to take a break from the sports for a few minutes and talk about one of the guys that rooms where we hook up in. That is Red Supreme. Shout out to Red Supreme, by the way. What's up, David?
I'm doing okay.
It's good to hear from you, family. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right.
That's good, man. Now, he said this morning, all those guys who was on his platform, he got rid of. Why?
I guess because they were freeloading off of him.
Okay.
They were freeloading off of him, and they don't even support him. That's why he got rid of these people.
So all those clowns that was on his panel, these are the guys that he said was talking behind his back to other chat rooms and other concept creators.
Yes.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You think the reason why these guys were doing that was because a lot of these guys just don't like the women?
Could be. That could be true.
Yeah. Because some of the things he's been saying about his new platform, to each his own. I'll tell you what raised my eyebrows. The last video Chris Logic did, she gave him a shout out. I said, wait a minute. Wasn't didn't she want to report on Red back in the wintertime?
Yeah.
So I'm getting the feeling that that Red's gonna start having a a co-ed panel. What do you think about that? That he's reaching out to these women now. What are you thinking about that?
I'm having a mixed feeling, so I'm not
there
really.
You go. I
sure.
knew you would. My man Dave Bowman up. I knew you would, bro.
Yeah.
I do too, but to each his own, man.
Yeah.
I mean, the one that raised my eyebrows was Woman's Fear.
Yes.
Hooking up with her.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I said, to each his own. If Red gets back to Red about this, Red, no, don't worry about it, bro. I'm not dragging your name. You do what you do, brother. You keep up doing what you do. You know I support you. Both me and Dave support you. You should know that. So whatever you want to do with your platform, brother, you do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still going to be in the room. I'm going to still be in the chat.
Yes.
It's interesting how Red, you're noticing seeing more and more women in the chat room.
Yes, more women in there.
And I get the feeling it's something that he said. Plus,
yes.
I had the combination how good he looks for those women. Those type of women that are in there, they're there because they like Red. Let's just keep it 1,000, okay?
Yeah, they do like him.
Oh yeah, they crazy about Red because Red's the type of guy that they fantasize about.
Yes.
You know? And that's no knock on Red. God bless them with 2 good parents. God bless me with 2 good parents. That's why I look good.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they don't even fantasize. They don't even fantasize about me anyway. But that's all. That's all good.
Dave.
I mean,
my man Dave Bowman here. I'll say this. Like I said, I have no problems with Red. I love Red. I know when I first came to these streets, Red was one of the first shows I used to go into every morning. What time used to come on? 9:00 in the morning, right?
Yes.
Our time? Yeah, me and you, that's where we hooked up at. Me and you.
Yeah, I hooked up with Red also.
Yeah, both of us, yeah.
Yes.
So we've always been supported. I don't have a problem with what he's going to do. But I didn't know those guys were trashing them like that, bro. Damn.
Yeah, they be going to other platforms, these divestors channels. I don't even go over there.
Why do those guys go to divesting channels?
Those that hate black men, they want to date white men. I don't go over there. I don't go to their platforms at all.
No. Why do those dudes go to their platforms, though?
I don't know.
I mean, you couldn't pay me to go to divest this platform.
Yeah, they couldn't pay me either.
I mean, the last thing I want to see, I'm going to get in trouble for this. The last thing I want to see on a nightly basis is some dumb broad twerking.
Yes, that's the last thing I want to see too.
There you go. There you go. You mean you're on the same page, bro. Hey, when we going to hook up, bro?
I don't know when.
Whenever you're ready, bro. I'll come to Brooklyn and see you. How's that?
Okay.
All right, man. You don't have to come up here to the BX. I'll come to you.
All right. I'm gonna be down. I'm gonna leave the chat now.
Hey, I love you, man. You be good, right,
All
Dave?
right.
More power
Okay.
to you, man. I love you, bro. I'll see you tomorrow in Red's room, all right?
All right.
Have a great day.
You too.
Thank you, brother. My
All
boy
right.
David Bowman, Red Supreme. Give the brother a lot of credit. The Exodus is getting rid of everybody who he found out was backstabbing him. And he's going to bring a lot more women to his platform. The women are already there. They're crazy about Red. And more power to Red. Good people. It's Red Supreme. Preaches nothing but the truth. Shout out to Ringo TV Raw. He's tremendous too, Ringo. Another Brooklynite. Shout out to Ringo. Doing a phenomenal job. I'm a big supporter of his. And of course, Sheep Stay Sleep TV. ES1 Ross. Couldn't go in there tomorrow because I was doing this. There you go, my brother. You know I love you. Dave Bowman. Let's get back to the sports, everybody. That's why you're here for. So Soto's traded for a monster package in baseball. Padres get some best 2, 3, 4 lineup in the sport. They should, in my opinion, they should win the National League this year because they already drafted good pitchers. And they gave up 2 of their best, 3, 4 of their best prospects to get Soto. And the key is they're going to have Soto for 2.5 years. So they have 3 chances to get 1 chip. And I think they'll get that chip. I don't know if it's this year, next year, the year after. They're going to get that chip with those big 3 together. They will get a chip because they got pitching. They got good bullpen. They got Josh Hader yesterday. I think that was a hell of a move. So the Padres draft phenomenally, folks. No matter where they're at, they draft well. They develop well. And that's why they can afford to trade. Another team that does that is the Cardinals, who do that now. Cardinals are tremendous drafting. That's John Mozeliak and that crew out in Middle America. Danica Marie, Sexy Red and company out in St. Louis. Best baseball city in the planet is St. Louis, Missouri. So shout out to them. Mahogany Roots and MJ, go subscribe to her. She's on fire with her platforms lately. She's going in every video she does. Had Rashida Strober on Sunday night. That was fascinating. And of course, Platinum Elite. Shout out to my brother Platt, who just does a phenomenal, awesome job over there. Now back to the Padres. They made a great deal. Miami today in trouble. Stephen Ross, I predicted this, was caught with his hand in a cookie jar, suspended for 3 months, and they lose their number 1 pick next year. They had 2 number 1s. They lose 1. That's going to kill them if Tua doesn't play well for trading for a quarterback. And I predict they will go out and get themselves a young guy that can get the ball to Tyreek Hill and to Jalen Waddle on the fly. Boy, look who's in here. It is great to see the graduate, the beautiful Miss Molina, dropping by. Say hello to our boy Mace. Good to see you, love. Love you, Dave. You be good, partner. You be good, Dave. Miss Molina in the house. Congratulations to her. She looked terrific in her graduating cap and gown 2 weeks ago. And it's good to see the beautiful one in the building. Get her up here one of these days. We'll talk about where her career goes forward. She's terrific. Like I said, her relentless bar golf really added an oomph to this room over a year ago. And now Raven Knight's been phenomenal in here. So shout out back to Miss Melina. Congratulations on getting your degree, honey. Great for you. Dave Bowman paid me a visit. Good to see David. So Ross suspended. A lot of people are wondering about. We'll get into this right now. Let me put this up. There we go. All right, Deshaun Watson got 6 games from the judge yesterday, and I completely agree with what the judge said, and I've been saying it. And if you're a woman, I apologize. Was about to come out of my mouth. I love you too, Miss Melina. You're welcome, honey. You've been so great to this platform, and everybody loves you here. I love you. AB Media's in the building. As we get to Deshaun Watson now, and I forgot all about Watson, and now I remembered about Watson. I think Goodell's going to hit him hard. I do. I think he's going to serve a year suspension. I think the NFL, the explosion of female fandom in the NFL the last decade. I remember back in 2010, I was at a sports bar, and there was nothing but young women wearing their favorite team and quarterbacks jerseys at the bar in Midtown Manhattan. I knew football was making a shift. And give the NFL credit. They're going to hit Watson hard, folks. And if you're a guy like me and you on the outside looking in, you're like saying, well, what? Someone has to take the hit. And of course, it's Watson's mess. He has to sleep in it. But what I was going to say is this. In the judge's paragraph, what she said about this case is, even though Watson did a heinous thing, it wasn't as criminal as it looks. Now, I'm going to explain what that means. And I hope you people stick with me. Okay? Stick with me with this one. I'm a guy, and I'm going to be honest here. I've never, I don't really speak to women too much. It's not on my agenda, not on my card, but I know I grew up with many guys who used to live the life, they had fun, they partied, they clubbed a lot. And one of the things they used to always brag about was feeling women up. I'm going to be clean about this. And they will tell me if the women didn't like you, they'll slap you. They'll slap your hand. But if the women like you, they'll give you a little leeway. Which leads me to Watson. Okay? Dude, you overdid it. 24 women. You groped 24 women, bro. And what he did was wrong. No question about that. I think where the difference is this, and I'll get Easterby and that clown down there, I'll get them on Thursday. I'll kill Jack Easterby. That's a promise. And the Houston Texan organization. I'll kill them later this week. Because they knew about this damn thing. I think sometimes AB, you want to come up, bro? Let me drop the link for you. I think sometimes you have to look at things on all sides. And in my opinion, was Watson wrong what he did? Of course he was. But does it mean ruining his career? No. Because in my opinion, groping women is wrong. But all he did was grope women. It wasn't right what he did. I hope people don't think that I support what he did. I don't. But I don't think what he did was life or death. Now, when you do the other thing to a woman, that's definitely, let's say if he did a Darren Sharper, God forbid. Oh, he's an animal. He should be put away, like Darren Sharper was. Okay? There's a big difference, in my opinion, of groping and doing the other thing. Okay? I want to give a shout out to the sisterhood. Now, I know this is hard to believe. I remember when more women was coming out, and there was a group of sisters that asked me, Mace, how many sisters was in this case? And I said, one or two, but the one who called him out is the reason why he's in trouble right now. I'm going to give you the scenario what happened. I would say 99% of these women are either Mexican descent or Asian descent. Okay? And when the black woman he had issues with found out he just signed a $230 million guaranteed cotton deal, she said, F no. Nigga, you're going to pay me now. Now that you got all this money? And she came out of the woodworks and nailed him to the ground. And give credit to the sisterhood. The sisterhood, let's say there was 15 black women. And God forbid these girls were underage, I could say 16, 17. Oh my God, these sisters will be out in full force on Madison Avenue where the NFL offices are. But to the credit to the sisterhood, they left it alone because it wasn't a whole bunch of sisters, and it was a black woman that brought him down, which it was. And the sisterhood go, okay, we got that nigga. Bullseye. We got his ass. We got his black ass. We'll move on now. So, shout out to the sisterhood. I never thought I would do this. But it was the black woman who brought him down, and the Black Sisterhood Organization of America left this alone and they're gonna let Goodell give him the hammer. And I promise you, Goodell will give him the hammer. You could bet, like Don Cornelius would say, you could bet your bottom dollar on that. So Watson, again in trouble. What else is new? He's in trouble. Looking around the NFL, did any of you saw that monster truck Russell Wilson showed up in the training camp over the weekend in Denver? Oh my God. Now he still got Seahawks stuff on it, but word is they're gonna make him even a better truck with Bronco stuff, and it's gonna be orange and blue. Okay. And I think Wilson's got a big year in Denver. I know a lot of people are sleeping on Russ. I'm not sleeping on him. I think Denver's got a big year in the AFC. You know, everybody's in love with the new golden boy, Justin Herbert. And that's all fine and good. I mean, Herbert has played very well. That's, Dan Marino told Stephen Ross, take Herbert. Oh, no. Gotta take the little pineapple. And I'll tell you right now, doesn't it seem funny how the clouds are beginning to come over Miami all of a sudden? With the Stephen Ross thing, with Tua being snarky to the media. Tyreek Hill don't know which way he's saying. 1 minute he's saying his arm strength is the best. The next minute, this is put up or shut up. The next minute, most accurate QB. Tyreek, get it on page 1. You're the face of this franchise now, Tyreek. Not him, you. Okay? Do I think the Dolphins will have a big year? No. I think that they'll be anywhere from a 7 to 10 win team without the quarterback. With the quarterback, they can win 13. But I see Miami as a 10-win club, a 7 to 10 win team. But their defense will be outstanding all year. I like their defense a lot, Miami. So, NBA, nothing's happening. Who cares? It's the typical NBA. We'll see you when we see you, NBA. So right now, it's Watson driving the needle. The expectations of the AFC West. Who you like in the NFC? Eagles getting a lot of love, and today's Philadelphia Inquirer, they're talking Super Bowl or bust. And I'll say it again for Philly. They stay healthy. Philly, Tampa, and Minnesota will be playing for home field in the NFC. I think the Rams are going to be good, but they're going to have a battle with Frisco and Arizona and Seattle in the West. Seattle finished dead last in the West. That was hard to see last year. Russ missed 8 games. Well, Russ is gone now. And what an opening night on Monday Night Football. Troy Aikman, Joe Buck, Lisa Salters out in Seattle. Seahawks and Broncos. Russ coming back. I don't think Russ is going to get the... And I think Russ knows this. He's not going to get the hero's welcome like Bobby Wagner will the last week of the year when the Rams go up to Seattle. I think Russ is going to be in for a rude awakening when he gets to Quest Field September the 12th, Monday Night Football. Drew Lock and who's our boy? His name will come back to me. He used to be with the Jets. Now he's in Seattle. That's the quarterback competition out there. Tell you one thing: the winner of this competition is gonna have some receivers to throw to. I'll tell you that right now. They're gonna have some targets to throw to. So, be interesting out in Seattle this year. Padres right now printing World Series tickets. They should. So, very quiet Seattle camp. Miami Hurricanes are killing it, ain't they? As the Hurricanes are looking good. But let me get back to Stephen Ross real quick and say what I really want to say. He's a goddamn idiot. That's what he is. He's a clown. He's never there in South Florida. He's here in New York or somewhere, or University of Michigan. He can afford to do that because he's one of the richest men in the world. That said, if you bought a toy like the football team, Miami Dolphins, always be around the facility. If you know what I mean. So I'm gonna take this up to 5:30, and then I'll be back. Probably 7:30, 8 o'clock tonight. Do the nightcap, same topics. Wilson, Ross, Soto. There'll be more baseball trades by then. Jacob deGrom is back tonight for the Mets. So we got a lot going on in sports later on tonight, folks. We're gonna have a good one. I just came on to talk about Watson, talk about Stephen Ross, Soto. Those are the stories right now. Trade deadline's done at 6 o'clock Eastern. Let me talk about something I didn't talk about because I wasn't on the air this weekend. Well, I'm going to talk about it right now. And that is the passing of Bill Russell on Sunday. Some look at him, I give him the due over Kareem. And that's hard for me to do. But I give it to him as the best player of all time because my nickname for him is Lord of the Rings. Not that bullshit, that clown Phil Jackson used to pull rocking the hats with the X sign. I'm like, nigga, all of a sudden you're a disciple of Malcolm X? Rocking that X cap? I'm like, nigga, take that, clown, take that shit off. You know what I'm saying? Bill Russell, The Lord of the Rings, 1957 to 1969, won 11 championships. You gotta give the man his due. You know, you hear these fools, Jared and LeBron. And you know me, I'm with Kareem. But fools are fools. It doesn't get any farther than Russell, folks. We have lost a great ambassador to the sport of basketball. And you're not going to get another Bill Russell. I mean, look at the rings. Russell got 11. Okay. Hondo got 8. So does Casey Jones and Sam Jones. They got 8 with Hondo. Then Big Shot Rob was 7. And we're going to talk about Big Shot Rob tonight because Mitchell and Ness did him a tribute. We'll talk about that later tonight. Rob should be in the Hall of Fame. Rob should be going into the Hall of Fame next month with his ex-teammate Manu Ginobili. Okay? Rob is definitely Hall of Fame, folks. I'm sorry to disappoint you. He is. He's Hall of Fame. We'll talk about Big Shot Rob later tonight. Get back to Russell. What can you say? I call him the ultimate champion in sports. You know, a lot of people like to talk about Tom Brady, the GOAT. You got these stupid asses on ESPN and all over the NBA talking about Jordan and LeBron. Could you please give me a break about LeBron James, please? The GOAT of the NBA is Bill Russell to further notice. I don't want to hear about the bald-head wonder. I don't want to hear about the man with the balding spot with the headband on. You know what I'm saying, folks? Russell's the best player. Along with Kareem, you could argue Hondo as the greatest champions. And Big Shot Rob Horry. These are the greatest champions. I mean, the only thing that compared to these guys is Brady in football. So, Milwaukee, let me say something about Milwaukee. You know, they traded Josh Hader yesterday to the Padres again. Look, this is what the Padres do, folks. They draft well, they scout well, they develop well, and if they need to get somebody, they can go get them. Very few teams in the sport can do that. The Braves is one, Dodgers, Padres, Cardinals. If the Cardinals choose to, they could trade one of their best kids to get something they need. That's how you do it in baseball, because baseball has a farm system. Okay? NBA has the G League, but the problem with the NBA is that's a cutthroat type of league. Husmer. So, is keeping you up with the baseball trades. Today is the deadline at 6:00 tonight. 43 minutes. The big trade went down. Soto to the Padres. I knew that was going to happen. I said that earlier last week because they're right there. Now they're there. But back to Russell. Do they make him better than Bill? I'm just saying. Do they? I don't think they do. This was a 6'8" center that took on a 7-foot Wilt Chamberlain and beat him head to head. Okay. Yeah. All right, Kirk Casale leaves the Giants. He's going also to the he's going to the Mariners. Mariners having a good year, folks. No one's talking about it, but they are. Yeah, let me see if they have Hondo. So. Looking over some stuff. So Bill Russell passed away on Sunday. And it's a tragic loss for the NBA, but we have to celebrate big man's life. And he had a hell of a life. You know, went through a lot of shit up in racist New England, which is Beantown. Don't tell me it wasn't racist up there, because it was. Stop kidding ourselves. Okay? Tonight's show, we'll do the same thing. We'll talk about Russell. We'll talk about what else? Other trades in baseball. We'll talk about Stephen Ross. We'll talk about how teams are doing. So, should be a good night tonight, folks. Back here about 7:30 Eastern, maybe 8 o'clock. You'll get the back signal what time I'm coming back on. But we'll talk about the same thing. Football next weekend. Thursday, Giants, New England, no one cares. Saturday is the big day, next Saturday. I know Buffalo's playing. Let you know what the big card is next weekend. 2 weeks from now is the real card. That should be good. Let's see. Hall of Fame game Thursday. Skip it, everybody. It's garbage. Raiders in Jacksonville. All right, this weekend's games. Friday night, you got Falcons and Lions. Who cares? That's on NFL Network, unfortunately. Here in New York, I'll get the Jets and the Eagles. Browns, Jaguars, Cardinals and Bengals. Saturday night, Green Bay at San Francisco, NFL Network. Then in 2 weeks, you got Colts and Bills should be interesting. Seahawks and Steelers should be interesting. I would like to see Miami and Tampa. Then Cowboys and Broncos. What's this? That's the week 1. Let me get week 2 is what tells you, because the real players are going to play for a couple quarters, play a half. That's when you're really going to see something. There you go. Bears and Seahawks. I'll watch that one because that's on ESPN. I'll definitely watch that. And then that Friday, Panthers, Patriots. Who cares? Saints, Packers. Interesting. Then the late game is the Texans and the Rams. I would like to see that. See how David Mills look against that formidable championship Ram defense. Saturday, you got Broncos and the Bills. I will watch that. That's on NFL. Oh, I forgot. They black out the Buffalo games here in New York City. And I don't understand why. So I won't get to see Russell Wilson play that game. That sucks. Buccaneers and Titans. Dolphins Raiders would be good. They're not showing that one though. And then the late game is Cowboys at Chargers. I saw them play last year. Dallas won in LA against the Chargers. That's a Dallas Cowboy home game, by the way. Then you got Eagles Browns. I'll watch that because you'll see Deshaun Watson for a half. Bengals and Giants. Who cares? And the Fox game is Ravens Cardinals. Who cares? And Falcons Jets. So that's the week you should care about. That is August 18th to the 21st. That's in 2 weeks from now. Those are the games that matter. What's 2 weeks from now? Exhibition. Oh man, my boy is in here for a few minutes. Let me say what's up to him. You know who he is? Let me see what he said. Aren't the Raiders playing Thursday? Yeah, but they're playing Jacksonville. Come on, man. And none of the starters are playing. You're not going to see Derek Carr or Devontae Adams. They're going to be sitting it out. They'll play against Miami, I'll tell you that. My boy, Peanut Butter Hero. It is trash. It's like a high school field. Like a high school field. It's like a high school field, family. Before the renovation, yeah. Yeah. My man's in the building. Good to see PBH in the building. So, like I said, Watson, I think will get a year suspension. 6 right now, but I think Goodell will raise that up. Because a lot of the women fans, female fans, they're young women who think they know shit, which they don't. It'll be interesting to see that take place. Stephen Ross suspended in Miami for tampering with Sean Payton and Tom Brady on his yacht. And Brian Flores looked like he's going to be vindicated even more. And I'm going to do the thumbnail for that night's game. That Sunday night game, Pittsburgh at Miami. What a circus South Florida is to bring Flores back. And I bet you Flores and the boys have a little plan for the little pineapple, a.k.a. Tua Tagovailoa. All right, Brandon Drury is now gone to the Padres. So the Padres are letting them know pick whoever you want from our farm system. We'll be fine. We're not missing anything. The Padres get richer, folks. Getting richer. Out in Tackman, Clan, kill him, and go Professor's neck of the woods. We got an interesting football year, folks. Very interesting. Be back later tonight. Good to see the chat. Hit those likes. Get those goddamn likes up. See, the difference with me than other guys who do sports, I'm a guy that likes to talk all the sports like you're hanging out at a sports bar and you're chilling and you're having fun. You could talk anything. I'm not all about LeBron James. I'm not all about uh we could talk LeBron. We could talk NBA, but NBA, nothing's happening. I mean, oh, guys are thirsting, but I mean, come on. You got a lot of fools that will talk LeBron James all day, all night. I'm not doing that. But you got a lot of guys that would. You got ESPN every day wishing upon a star that that they're gonna go places. I'll tell you this: Lakers will do better in Brooklyn this year. I think the Lakers have improved. Now, let me get that out of the way. Getting back to Bill Russell. Like I said before about him, um, he is the ultimate champion in sports. Him and Brady, Big Shot Rob, those guys give up a lot just to win. And that's the way it should be. Those are guys you should support and root for. It's guys like those two. I'm dead serious about it. Those are guys you should support. Brady's, the Bill Russells when he was alive. Those guys got what it was about winning. That's no knock on the other guys who were great champions. And of course, the beautiful thing about Russell, Brady gave New England 20 years, so you can give him a pass. Know what I'm saying? So. Nothing else is happening right now. So what's up, James Brown? Good to see you, bro. I'll be back at 8 o'clock, bro. So set your clock and stop going to those fucking those beef channels. All that bullshit going on. I expect to see you here after 8 o'clock tonight. Everybody, thank you for joining us. I'll be back later tonight with more sports. We'll talk about Russell. We'll talk about Watson. We'll talk about Stephen Ross. We'll talk about more baseball trades, and we'll go around the NFL later tonight and see what's happening. Salute to you, James Brown. I love you, brother. See you later this afternoon. Later this evening. People leaving the plantation right now in the East and in the Midwest and Southland part of the United States. Safe travels. Get home. Have a good meal. I expect to see you all in here in about 2.5 hours. Enjoy your dinner, everybody, across the country.